Like you never seen
Y'all know what time it is. Welcome in to the company. Tonight is September 2nd. We have made it to the third month of the fourth quarter. No, third.
I didn't even get a fucking countdown.
Huh?
I didn't even get a fucking countdown.
He turned around and saw red light.
And it happens to so many of us. But
yeah. Oh no. That don't sound right.
Third month of the third quarter. Welcome into the company. I hope you all are at peace. I know a lot is going on right now. And I applaud those who are keeping their sanity, finding ways to keep their sanity, finding people to confide in, because this is some heavy shit we're going through right now.
Clean out
I'm trying to do this privacy thing. You said
clean
what?
out your closets?
Yeah.
Maybe they want to stay in there.
Oh, wait, let me turn that down. That's me.
Yeah, all right, radio guy.
Like I said, welcome into the company. I appreciate y'all coming in. Everybody that's coming in, what's going on? How you doing? Participate in the conversation. Share the feed and follow us on all of our perspective ways of broadcasting the audio for this podcast. We are going to get right into it. We lost a giant who became a giant in a short period of time.
Man,
that he was with us, Mr. Chadwick Boseman from South Carolina. Of course, he was born November 29th, 1976, and he was taken from us on August 28th of this year from colon cancer, of this month, actually. Huge loss. It kind of took everybody kind of off track. You know, you saw him, you saw his appearance, you know, over the past few months, and people said what they said, but nobody really knew what was going on, and apparently it was colon cancer. So as you see, I got little T'Challa here with me. He's gonna do the show over here with me, and tonight we got Izzo here. We got that damn Sosa and Rich. Why'd you change it from Evil Sosa?
Because they said they couldn't see my facial hair, so fuck it.
Yeah, your camera doesn't have HDR.
I'm only Evil Sosa when I got that full beard.
You off this week? Not to jump off topic.
I was teleworking, and then tomorrow on Friday off.
Oh, you lit. Sosa gonna be looking like
when Sosa works from home, he puts his beard on and doesn't put pants on.
By Friday, Sosa gonna look like have a Max Kellerman beard.
Just basketball shorts.
Anyway, y'all go ahead and I don't know what do you want to do? You want to just go around and talk?
How about we round table?
We can talk about how we found out how we felt it in this.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. We can do that.
Okay.
I didn't catch what you said, Sosa.
I don't either.
All right.
Okay. Izzo, go ahead and start us off.
I found out from you and Marcus in the chat on Friday. I was having a drink at the time, and I looked at my phone.
Shocking.
And I just saw, man, he was sick for real. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I looked and it said Chadwick Boseman. So I was like, holy fucking shit. And I showed it to the person I was with. They lost their mind. Like, it was kind of crazy. So I don't know. That blew my mind. Like, not to say I was numb to everything because of this year, but it hit me probably the next day more so than that moment. Because with everything going on, I was like, just another one, huh? This is what we're doing this year. That's kind of how I felt.
Well, I'll tell you how I found out. I was leaving work, and I get off the other job around 10, so I was going to get food. And I think I was looking at your chat, and then somebody messaged me and then just sent me the link. Didn't say anything, just sent me the link. And that shit.
I've heard people do that. I don't like the link thing. I'd rather one of y'all tell me. I feel better. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I know it might sound crazy. I like when y'all tell me. I don't like to look at links. It jars me. I don't know why.
And I think that day was just like a heavy day already. Like it was already shit going on in the background. So that kind of just took me out of it. I was going to get food, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go home. So looks for cheat sheet.
I don't know. I'm about to get in the chat.
But anyway, so that's how I found out. And it kind of hit you. You know, you watch, and I don't know if you know my story or whatever, but if you watch somebody go through colon cancer, you know, it's a very quick and brutal thing.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of just weighed on me. When I found out, and that just kind of took me out of it, man. Took me out of it. But anyway, go ahead, Sosa.
The bad thing is the terrible thing is for him, it wasn't a slow thing. I mean, a quick thing. That was a slow, drawn out for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So someone said the pain he must have been in, yada yada.
Yeah.
But me and the wife went out to eat some Japanese. We headed out, somewhere quiet, just hung out, enjoyed each other's time, and it was a nice night that night. And my son's Mercy, he messaged me talking about there's no BP2. Fuck! Why?
Oh.
And he said, Chadwick Boseman died. I was like, oh, sorry. And then as soon as I said that, like, just sadness, I was driving in front of my wife. She was driving behind me. I pulled over real quick. She pulled up next to me. And we was like, what the fuck? Because she heard from her mother and I heard from my son like simultaneously. And it was just like, we sat in the middle of an intersection in front of Belks at Sandhills just for like 5 minutes, just shocked. Just, what the fuck, man? Thurgood Marshall, James Brown, Jackie Robinson. Within what, 7 years?
I'll give
pretty much. I like to say it was 2014 when 42 came out. Something like that. I can look it up in a second.
Giant said a giant in a short period of time. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then not to mention the Marvel stuff. I mean, Black Panther was the biggest movie of 2018.
I thought he was a great actor and was up there before even Black Panther even dropped.
Right.
Like,
right. Yeah. I mean, I took my son early. First time, I'm sorry. I'm late on a lot of things. So the first time I ever even heard of him was for 42. We went straight to the theater, opening day. Hey, got him out of school early just to go watch the movie because I felt that was an important story. And he killed that shit. So James Brown, Thurgood Marshall. I mean, like, shit. Think about who these roles would have went to a few years ago.
Yes, Dre, we are. But anyway, go ahead.
What are we doing? We're drinking?
I said we have an art. Where were you doing 911 moment over Chad?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But so yeah, I'm just shocked. I mean, and very sad. Like that fucked up the whole night. Thanks. But
I didn't do it, so.
Rich.
So my in-laws were here. And we were just kind of sitting around and talking, and I just happened to look at my phone, and of course Google's feed automatically kind of just puts information in. It was like Chadwick Boseman died. I'm like, all right, let me check to make sure that this is like, this isn't an Onion article or whatever. And then it's like all the major outlets reported it. So I mean, it put that there is a couple things, right? Because one of which is like because of his cultural significance. You know how there are certain people who are cast in roles and it's going to be almost impossible for someone else to come in and then do that. Like he's kind of in that box, right? Pretty much in that box. But the other thing is it's like, given the fact that you saw this man going to cancer wards, going to hospitals, doing press junkets, being out there for people who needed a hero, knowing that he was going through his own battle just puts a whole new context on the person that he was.
And not knowing
and not knowing that he was going through what he was going through. And then on top of that, man, it's like, he was 43 years old. I mean, all of us are like, we're knocking on that door, right now. Sosa's past it. So, I mean,
thanks. Appreciate it.
I needed that laugh.
God. So, I mean, it just put an entirely different spin on how you look at, like for me, what it kind of did for me is like it made me go, well, shit, I don't have an excuse for nothing. I mean, because this man created, or not honestly created, he was involved in some of the highest grossing movies of all time, but also some of the most culturally significant. And to do all that while going through what he was going through, I mean, that is the definition of an indomitable spirit.
Right. At this point, I'm just lazy.
Right. Thank you. Like I can't. It's like, well, I don't want to do this today. It's like,
right.
You know, I mean, if you think about it, man, this dude, and it seemed like he had the career of somebody who would have been in Hollywood for like 20 years and then started controlling the roles that they took.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like his roles were like handpicked. Like, I want this and this and this. He didn't take anything that just Hollywood just threw at him and just like took the sidekick or the fumbling Negro role or anything like that. These were all lead roles that he started out with and ended.
He was in that Lincoln Heights show. Shit, that's about 13 years ago.
Nothing about that.
Something like that. It used to come on. Don't make me lie. I don't know what channel it come on, but I used to watch it when TV One used to have it on, and he was actually a pretty good character on there. And that was a long time ago. He probably was only 29, 30 years old. And it was just like it felt different. Like he was like a co-star, not even a co-star, because he was kind of recurring for a while, but he was different, very different. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, you see people sometimes. You see people being special, and I think that's why I didn't do what he did, because he saw something in this man.
Yeah.
I want to piggyback on one of the comments. Someone asked about colonoscopies. I can't believe I said that right.
Oh, I didn't even see that comment. That's a great question.
That was before I said it right in my head.
Oh my god!
So,
colonoscopy?
Shut up. Spanish got in the way. Spanish got in the way.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say the Geechee got in the way. Maybe I don't
know. So this should be a wake up call to anybody to go get the finger.
Jesus,
it's just a funny, serious way of saying it. Fuck it. But also, it also confirmed that if something ever like that happens to me, I ain't saying shit.
What you mean? Expand.
Or
expound, as they say.
Before, I wasn't going to say shit anyway, but I'm pretty sure Disney did not know that this man had cancer.
That's what
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say, Rich?
There were a couple of stories that came out and said that they didn't know.
So with that said, he wouldn't have gotten the roles he got after he was. I ain't saying shit to nobody.
Right.
Hey, I ain't got nothing. I'm good. And if y'all want to throw money my way, great. But I'm gonna get this money while I can, so my family's straight.
Right.
And I think that might have been his. He did Walter White legally. So. They did know.
That makes sense.
I mean, if they, it's like conflicting reports around that, right? So it could go either way. But so here's the thing: if they did know, that's a testament to how much they believed in him taking the role.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't,
shocking knowing Disney, so I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
But
if that doesn't match up with them.
But I'll be honest. But if they didn't, it's to Sosa's point. I completely understand why, because you're setting your family up for the next, 20, 30 years. So I get it. But the thing about it though is that you have to wonder if anyone actually did, because if he had to do a lot of training, especially when it comes to getting physically ready for the role of T'Challa, it's kind of like, his personal trainer, dietitian, they had to have had some idea, because if he was going through any treatments or anything like that, that would have,
of course,
that would have impacted those things. So somebody had to have known. It's just, closely guarded secret NDA type thing, Let
me think about it. Black Panther was 2018.
Right. He was diagnosed at 16.
But he was still in real good health in 2018.
Right.
which means it was probably contained, and it was one of those situations where he was in remission. I'm just throwing things.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah.
Because if you think about Five Bloods, have y'all all seen some Five Bloods yet?
I haven't seen
I liked it. It threw me off at moments, but I liked it.
But if you watch it, his role is really
eerie.
Yeah, it was not a lot of movement he was doing. He had very few roles. So
few lines, you mean?
Yeah.
Part, yeah.
You could tell they were kind of keeping him out as much as possible, but still making the movie about him. Which means that was amazing writing. That was amazing writing.
But you know what I was thinking as I watched it? I was just thinking maybe his rate was so high, so you only get him for a couple of days. That's what I was thinking in my head when I watched it.
That's fair.
You see what I'm saying? Because they already.
Oh, you thought his rate was too high?
Yeah.
Just because it's Chadwick Boseman, but yes, he just maybe wanted to do it then. Not Denzel. Spike Jonze. Sorry, I'm thinking of the damn director. Spike Lee.
Spike Lee.
I know I like Spike Jonze.
Yeah,
I just watched an interview with him and the Beastie Boys recently. But yeah, I was thinking maybe just that. And then it's like what you said. I said I think that might have been it.
Yeah,
I think you might have hit the nail on the head.
I'm on IMDb. He has another movie coming out.
That's the one on
Netflix. Is that the Netflix one that they're holding off on?
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He even had 21 Bridges come out early 2019.
Yeah,
late
2019. 21 Bridges.
Yeah.
This man stayed working.
This dude was getting his money. You can't respect it enough. Like, I'm making my money so my family's straight. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, he did what people want to do. He knew at some point, that there's no getting out of this.
that's
you know that your life is going to be ending soon. So instead of laying back and just letting it take him, he did what he wanted to do until the last day. I applaud that man, because it's so easy to just let the thing take you.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I'd be a punk and just smoke weed all day.
Smoke weed every day.
So now the question is, what direction is Black Panther going to go?
I mean,
there are people
already set up.
Is Marcus
Shuri is set up, probably at the house. I'm gonna see at the. I don't know.
I know the other one, but I'm not saying it. It took me a second.
This motherfucker can't spell, so
where the mother freaking harems at in this bish?
Okay.
Get it?
So yeah, there are people that think that Disney's going to do something silly and cast another T'Challa. There are people that think that they're going to follow the comic, jump a few volumes ahead, and let Shuri become Black Panther. Because technically, they can do a CGI T'Challa and let him perish. And
I can guarantee you, this is the thing you have to understand. Anybody who's in movies now, they probably already signed away the ability to use their likeness in the event that something happens. So I guarantee you, if they needed to have like a scene where he's like, "Hey guys, I'm here. Okay, I'm gone. Bye."
Oh, not to cut you all off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you said that. So I watched a Joe Rogan interview. Remember with John Witherspoon? Probably about 6-7 months in the past. So his son was on there, and he did a great impression of him, right?
Right.
So y'all do know Boondocks is coming back, right?
I actually followed this story. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. So I'll explain it real quick, not throw anybody off. So the son was just like, he always wanted to honor his father. He just never had a way to, but he does a great impression of his dad. Hey, I'm going to try out for the role of Pops. Says, hell, I'm the one who probably know him best could do his voice. So they gave him the runaround, gave it to somebody else. It fell through. Yep. Kind of said, hey, it fell through for somebody. Hey, you wanna not interview. You wanna try out for this role again? Like, try out for this role again. So he did it, gave him the runaround. But then it's like he didn't really hear back. And then he finds out that they're gonna do like some type of computer like automated voice based off his dad's voice that they're gonna do for the role instead.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Why would they do that if they got him?
Hollywood? I don't know.
Because magic.
Yeah.
There's reason.
And he said he's not going to try to sue them or anything, but he said just know when he hears it, it's going to hurt. He's very, very upset about it.
Yeah.
But but
that kind of ties into what he was saying.
But that's where we are now. So I mean, do I think that they're going to recast T'Challa? I highly doubt it.
This isn't like. Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I really
they would lose a lot of Marvel people.
This ain't the Marvel Fresh Prince. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
That didn't count. That didn't bother me at all.
You can't pull that off, and it's not like a situation like Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle. Like
I'm about to say, okay, thanks, Rich.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Terrence thought he was hotter than what he was.
Yeah. So I mean, so people are like, okay, it's fine. This they can't really do that. So I doubt very seriously they're going to recast him. Now, here's the thing. How are they going to, one, eliminate the character, but then simultaneously set somebody else up? Now, Brian, you brought this point up about bringing Killmonger back. People have an issue with that. But let's be honest, though. You're talking about literally a story where 2 movies ago, we just had a roided out Grimace snap out and then snap back half the damn universe. One Negro coming back is going to be fine. I'm sorry. So, I mean,
how do you make that happen?
Dude, you had Magic Space Rock just do that. Like, I'm sorry. Like even thinking about saying, how can you do that? Easy. That
Rich is 100%.
I like that.
Okay, so my thing is, and we can get into comments. This is good. I like this. So we can get into comments. Okay, the Soul Stone was supposed to bring back anybody.
This nigga's excited.
Soul Stone was destroyed, right? Didn't they destroy it? So all the stones are destroyed, aren't they?
No, they weren't.
Yes.
They were put back in their place.
Right. That's exactly right.
They weren't destroyed. Remember
no. The ones
when Cap went back.
Yes, but the ones in this timeline, yes, they were. In the prime timeline, they were destroyed. So here's what you got, right? This is where this is where Marvel's gonna go, because I can pretty much tell you this. The multiverse is going to become a thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So saying that they can't bring somebody back, pretty much it just opens a door. And I think what's like Doctor Strange's movie is like next movie's called like the Multiverse of Madness, something of that nature.
Yeah.
So I mean. The likelihood of them now, will they do it? No, I doubt it very seriously, but they could.
They won't, because he's a militant character.
But who says in another universe, he was somebody different?
He might have been Black Panther.
Good point,
right? No. And that's to be honest, that's kind of what I see. If they just wanted to go completely left field, they could do that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. So go ahead.
And you're 100% right. In a different universe, he could have been T'Challa's role, and T'Challa could have been Killmonger's role.
Right.
And you're 100% right. I ain't thought about that.
If they don't handle this part 2 appropriately and send T'Challa off with the respect of Elvis and Michael Jackson together, there are going to be some pissed off people. So they got to figure out how to put somebody in that role and still send this man on his way.
I'm gonna say this about Disney: they are the evil empire, but they're not stupid either.
No,
they don't want to lose. They know what Black Panther made to begin with. They be like, right. We can't fuck this up. We're gonna get our best writers, sit your ass down, and make sure we send this dude off heroically. So,
well, in the comics, didn't he go? He actually did go to that soul realm for a time. So I'm sure that's how they're going to do it.
He had alcohol problems.
Yeah, I can't remember how.
There were 7 Batman.
Dre, but none of the Batman died. That's right. Different.
Recasting. Let's talk about
Adam West. What are we talking about? One of them died.
Who would we recast in his role?
Denzel's son, hands down.
What do you mean?
That'll be the one
For what?
for T'Challa.
Shit, that's not bad.
Really? John David Washington?
That'll be the one. He is probably the next closest thing to a Chadwick Boseman in terms of role type. He'd be it.
I'll say one thing. If Lakeith gained some fucking weight, I think he might be a good one too.
Lakeith does have the chops. It'd be weird because he's kind of eccentric since we see him a lot. It would, because there's no mystery about him.
Right.
That's the thing. There's no mystery.
Since they're not anywhere near finished filming the Batman movie, they want Lakeith to do the Joker's role.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, this is just fan stuff now. This is just fan stuff.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the studio.
Yeah. Oh, but the studio had that. Like,
I was about to say, based on an Atlanta show, dude, he could do a lot. He has range based on all the roles he's done.
Here's what's funny is I could totally see it. I
could see it too.
I like him.
Isn't that crazy?
I like him over Willem Dafoe anyway. So
I like
I
Willem
never
Dafoe.
liked that idea.
I mean, but
I like Willem Dafoe in general. Sorry, not necessarily the role. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Willem Dafoe's kind of a badass dude.
Yeah, I like Willem Dafoe.
I don't like him for Joker.
I mean, nah, it's past that point for him unless they go later.
What you say?
I don't.
I could see it.
When he did Grim Goblin in Spider-Man, that's as close as he should have been. Yeah, they should just let him do something else.
Yeah,
I don't see him as Joker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of feel like that's like almost
he
like
looks the part. He looks the part,
and I get what he's saying. I 100% get what he's saying, but I mean that's at the core of fan is selfish though. Like
that's I'm with you 100%. So
I'm still not on board with
the new thing is Trey.
Aunt Vivian. I'm still not on board with the new Aunt Vivian. I still want the old Aunt Vivian. So
damn, that's a long.
I'm weird. I didn't really care. I don't know why.
I'm sorry, me.
But I think
Dre,
to your
thing with
go
ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing about the Black Panther thing. Black Panther can be passed down. It doesn't necessarily have to be T'Challa. Yeah,
but
so it can be passed down. It was passed to him. So go ahead.
But you know that the problem isn't about Black Panther. The problem is T'Challa. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you going to honor that person or that character being moved on? Because you can't just do like, oh, well, weird things happen with the snap. He's gone. Like they can't do that. Yeah. They're going to have to do something that is going to honor both him, but then permanently remove him.
It's crazy. I actually thought the second one was going to be where more was going to happen in his role because he really didn't do as much in that one.
All right. Now, I'm also going to say that I agree completely with the last statement you posted.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
I don't
think.
Which one was it?
I'll
Yeah.
put it back up. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they had him do as much either. That's what I will say.
And the way I felt about it is I think he was a better character in Civil War than he was in his own movie.
I've heard that in everything I've watched.
It was the world around him that made it great. And then the thing is though, is that we remember T'Challa because of the adversity he had with Killmonger. Killmonger is what made the movie great. Because the concept of having that character, because you know how they always say your movie's only as good as your villain, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Dark Knight.
So pretty much it's like you remember the movie because he stood it, that was Killmonger's foil, right? And he stood in his way of Killmonger getting to his objective, and he lost, right? So if you look at how the world was built, everything's set up around T'Challa himself. Pretty much, it's like you think about the supporting cast that he had: Denai Guerrero, Lupita Nyong'o.
They were all strong.
All of them.
Monger
like for example, I think one of the best scenes.
Tummy tickle.
You stupid.
Right, go away.
One of the best scenes.
Go away.
One of the best scenes in that movie was when the two of them were talking, and it was after Killmonger took the throne, and then the emotion they had between them is probably one of the best moments in that movie.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm not saying that Chadwick Boseman didn't embody the character of T'Challa, because let's face it, it would be like if something happened to Robert Downey Jr. and they had to recast Iron Man, how would they fix it? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
So that's it's kind of, this is the point that we're at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I think Disney honestly is going to do is they're going to do some, like, there's going to be some setup, and then T'Challa be in the movie for a little bit. Not my question. It'll be Shuri that'll wind up taking the mantle. I guess the question then is, who fights her for it?
Oh, well,
and you know what? I had this random idea, right? That if what do you call it? If Shuri went for it, it'd be Storm that would fight her against her for it.
I was about to say that, but she's not for Wakanda.
But
right.
But how this might sound, go ahead. On the business side, and this might sound weird, would they want her to be more popular? Because she's popular to an extent, but I don't see her in a lot of movies. That's kind of hard for them to push.
Who?
Letitia Wright, isn't that her name?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the actor itself. That's what I mean.
I mean, but
I know that sounds trivial, but I know how much.
No, you're right. It's a good thing to bring up, because can she carry her own movie?
Correct. What I mean. That's the eloquent way to say it. Yes,
I would agree. But let's also remember, I remember there was a Vulture ad back in 2009 that said Chris Hemsworth, Marvel cast nobodies for their next superhero movie. So it was Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston.
And nobody,
those motherfuckers are fucking stars now.
Right. So
I'm killed their roles.
Right. And that's the thing. I think everybody in that movie is a great actor, including Chadwick Boseman. I just think his supporting cast brought the movie up.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but it was more so about Wakanda as a universe, I guess you could say. And you had to build the story in the first place.
You go. Yeah. There you go. And that's why I say the supporting cast is really what brought the movie to its A game.
Yeah.
You know, and it's no disrespect to him as a character, but you know, it's like Black Panther was like Wakanda, the movie, like you said.
Don't gas him up.
That means she didn't watch when you said that at first.
Hey, real quick. Another problem that this unfortunate death brings about, as far as Marvel's concerned, that was supposed to be one of the X-Men's way in, like Rich was just saying, Storm. That was Storm's way in. And she might have brought, like, she would have been the entrance for the rest of the X-Men. So now it's like,
how do they do this now?
On top of that, Submariner was supposed to be, Atlantis is supposed to have a war with Wakanda. Now what are we gonna do with that? So there's different things that they're gonna have to sit down and just hash out.
That's if they were following that storyline. There was never any.
They were.
Well, I know they were following the Storm thing, but the Atlantis thing, they were following that as well.
He said duck sheikies.
You caught it. You caught it. You got it.
I'm sorry, I gotta immortalize you with that one. That's so funny.
Wow. Hey, he ain't lying though.
Yeah, you're right. They were out there. Oh my god. Might have saw Karen in the dashiki. I don't even know. Might have saw one.
You know, the thing is, you gotta remember the MCU is like parts and pieces of stories. Like the way, like,
sorry, Rich.
No, you good. Now, like, guess if you think about the way Endgame, you know, the last two movies of the Avengers saga, right? Mm-hmm. Like those two movies aren't one-to-one carbon copies of how the story played out, the Infinity War played out in the comics, which is fine because I'm cool with that. But so any of the things that they could really, you know, find a way how to bring all this stuff together, I think Disney's got people with a whole ton of money. And the thing about it with all of this, though, is this is the thing why, and this is, and I'm going to diverge it a little bit, because this is why Marvel, I think, did better with changing things than Star Wars did. Mm-hmm. Because what Marvel did is they took parts and pieces of their original canon and then sprinkled it through and never set it up to be a one-to-one, you know, like, okay, you've seen this before, we're going to do the same thing again and we hope that you like it. Marvel kind of like, nah, hell with that. We're going to put in homages for it, but we're not going to do like a straight retelling of the same thing. What happened with the Star Wars? What happened with Star Wars is that you had the first movie that was like basically a retread of the stuff you already saw. Then the second movie came in and it was like completely different. And then the third movie tried to course correct that last one. So it was like you just had this confused amalgamation of stories. Marvel was very focused.
I mean, let's
he on fire the past 5 minutes.
Hey, let's be honest. I'm a Star
Wars. T-Mobile. Late ass.
What's up, man?
Probably watching that P-Valley shit.
That last trilogy, that shit was ass.
You know what, man? I will say this. I liked the second movie. I actually really, really enjoyed the second movie because it was something different.
You just like Star Trek too, though.
I like the first one, not the second one.
And what are you talking about? The Star Trek movie?
The one that came out.
Rihanna Johnson. Whoever the fuck fucked up the second one.
I actually thought the second one was good, but that's me.
Sosa's anger threw me off.
Yeah, I see that. The first one I thought was a retread of A New Hope. So I was like, it's one of those things like if you go back and watch it again, you're like, yeah,
Finn.
Yeah, I was like,
wait, right. let me address the Finn thing. I love that Finn was in it. I love some of the characters. I don't like how, like Rich said, they rehashed A New Hope.
Right.
How about we do a storyline?
But that, you know what? But Sosa, that is actually on this why that to be honest, that's why I think the second movie was better. I think that movie should have been the first movie. That should have been where they started. And I think that's what set everything up wrong. And I mean, since we're kind of here,
I know where you were going. Float on it.
So like, because we're talking about Finn in particular, right? Mm-hmm. John Boyega just did a interview with GQ UK, and he was talking about his experiences working on the set of Star Wars, and was basically saying, like, in so many words, I don't expect him to be back. But for good reason, because I think what he put it in context. He was like, he was the only person who, in terms of Star Wars, was literally singled out strictly because of their race. You know what? I agree with him on points, right? Because remember when that first trailer came out, people were like, "This is a black stormtrooper."
Yeah,
it's like
the racism underlining in these.
But here's what's funny about it: the entire clone army was based off of somebody who wasn't white. So it's just I find that hilarious in the first.
Wait, what?
So I did see that. I was like, ooh. How did the cat do in Shrek? Ooh.
Explain that real quick for me.
So all the stormtroopers niggas.
So I mean, so here's what happened in the prequel movies. There, you had. We found out Boba Fett was a clone. Long story short,
you're gonna hate me, Rich. What's the prequel movies?
All right.
Oh my god.
I don't know. No, which one?
All right, anyway,
which ones? That's all I need to know. All right,
episode 2. Don't worry about it. It's fine. All right. So all you need to know is that there was a dude. The guy.
Dude.
Yeah. So you got the guy Boba Fett, right?
Another dude.
Yeah. So you have this dude, right? They clone him. And basically, dude, he ain't white. Clearly.
Okay.
Now, so when you fast forward to now you have this new movie with John Boyega in it. It's like you're mad because, well, one, it's like it's obvious that the Empire wasn't using clones anymore, right? So that's one. But then two, it's like, wait, you got a whole galaxy, right? An entire galaxy, and you telling me you mad because there's a black stormtrooper? You have the smoothest Negro on the planet in the 80s in Empire Strikes Back, and you telling me you mad because you got a black stormtrooper? Like, and why
are we not allowed to have like people not say look up to because it's fake, but
you do understand that we ain't supposed to make it to the future, right? Like,
this is why they keep trying to go to Mars.
Yeah, remember, this is a long time.
They keep trying to go to Mars on us.
They made a whole movie about that on Elysium.
Who the hell?
We gotta find
Tyrone Jenkins. Who the hell let Tyrone Jenkins on the ship to Mars? He done got everybody, all the people pregnant. They more black people. God damn it! Now we got nigga stormtroopers.
Totally. Wow. It was the strangest thing to see. That was why people were upset.
Upset.
I mean, but so now the thing I will now. So this is probably the point you and I are going to agree on here, because then in the interview he started, making mention about the fact that they knew what to do with Adam Driver. They knew what to do with Daisy Ridley's character, but let's just be honest; those are your two main protagonists, right? But then you also have.
Thank you. Nah, bro. And I know how to swim.
But
what I gotta do with a ship? I'm gonna just hear ship and I'm gonna think water. Extra no.
But then you got Oscar Isaac.
Oh shit.
What's the Kelly Marie Tran and John Boyega's character? You got the three of them, and they're like, well, we don't really know what to do with them. And it's like, it seemed like he was trying to allude that it was a minority thing. And while yes, that might have been an unfortunate coincidence, I don't necessarily think it was just because he was black why they did that. I think it was literally Disney had these two characters and was like, you know what? We don't know what to do with the others. So we're just going to give them random side quests in the movie and then keep rolling with it.
That long fucking period where it was fucking bullshit. Yeah.
Right. Cool. So this is here's my thing. My biggest problem with the way they set his character up, period. He honestly should have been the protagonist of all the trilogy, of that trilogy in and of itself. Like, it should have been him. And because y'all are silly. Because in all honesty,
you and Trump.
I totally was not looking at the bottom.
I saw it. Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, wow.
See, y'all going down with the ship, huh? Y'all on the boat.
Just like Titanic, I'm gonna be playing in a band, nigga. No.
Nah, man.
Y'all have a good trip. Goodbye.
I'll holler at y'all.
We can jump borders. We can jump fucking space shits.
I'll help y'all pack. Here's all the mayonnaise.
I watched a Twilight Zone episode on that, where all these people were, I'm gonna go to the ship to go here. Man, they were eating people, dog. No.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, go ahead, man. No. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, all I was saying is I think what it came down to is that nobody knew what to do with him. And I mean, and I get all of his points, his grievances about how he was treated, because I think definitely by all means, the fact that the fandom took it out on him simply because he was black at the start, that wasn't right. But I don't necessarily. But here's the thing, man. We're all speculating. So I don't know what his experiences were like being on set, right? Because that's a completely different animal.
And then there's that. Yeah. I disagree with the fact that he said he's the most. He's the first, definitely the first. The most that Asian, that Miss Tran, whatever.
Kelly Marie Tran. Yeah.
No, so you did not do that again.
Yeah.
Anyway, she got it bad, especially after the second.
Yeah, she got it bad.
They bullied the shit out of her so bad. She said, "I'm off social media." And then when the second one came, and they peeled her role all the way back. They stopped talking about her.
Right.
That's the only reason they stopped talking about her, because she wasn't really in the third one.
Right.
So, and I don't mean, and I definitely, I think John Boyega is like, yo, keep doing that shit, because he talks a lot of shit. He gonna keep getting this Star Wars money way after you motherfuckers dead. So keep talking that shit.
Right.
But I don't agree with him saying he's the most, because there was two people on there getting it. So
not at all. You know, here's the thing about his character, and I think that he was probably the most wasted opportunity in the entire saga, because you're talking
Boyega?
easily.
Oh yeah, they could have did so much more with him.
They really did turn him into a supporting character.
Yeah.
On top of that, and hey, I love the Alphabet community, much love, but they kept trying to make Finn and
Poe
a gay
couple. Yep.
Couple. Thank you. I'm whatever.
That's what.
So it's like they weren't even introduced like that. They were introduced as like the buddy cop type shit, and then the second movie fucked that all up.
I think what happens with movies sometimes is they'll like do things like that, and then they'll let the fandom write the next movie.
That's what happened. That's what
everybody started. Yeah, if everybody started saying, "Oh, they need to be a couple," I guarantee you that would have been a draw in the next movie.
That's what happened. That's what, honestly, pretty much the last movie that came out was basically them going through Reddit threads and figuring out what story points to push.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, for me personally, I think that if they would have let a stormtrooper have been the main protagonist of the entire series, that would have just been an epic way to have like literally like the underling rise up above, you know, this other dude.
Yeah.
You know, hey, but you know what, man? At the end, here's the thing about it. It's over now, so I guess
it's over now. I don't know about you, Rich, but there is another trilogy happening. I hope it's a new storyline.
But you know what? Here's the thing about it, man, is that supposedly Ryan Johnson was supposed to do this next trilogy, right? Because but I'll be honest, man, I think he is a great storyteller. I think what happened is JJ did a really terrible setup. To be honest,
let me say that if a trilogy has one director, I'm okay with that.
One director, or at least one guiding vision.
Right. Thank you. And what he said, yeah, the fucking movie was a waste, because you and Disney said we're not going to do this agendas thing no more. Whatever works is whatever we're going to do. I don't know if y'all Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So how they're pushing certain agendas, like for PC purposes, they're done with agendas. Fuck the agendas. We're going to make money.
And that's honestly what they tried to do.
Yes.
Like that's what that's again for me, that's where I still think like that second movie was pretty much like that was where they should have started, but instead they decided, well, we're going to try to chase that dollar. And that first movie was just a retread. Second movie, they tried to do something different.
Bill, y'all.
And then that third movie, again, and
it was bullshit when Princess Leia all of a sudden can summon a fucking, not a destroyer, but whatever that shit was.
Yeah, she was magic. She was magic all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, she's got that kind of force.
She's an X-Man.
She didn't do anything. She just pulled herself towards the ship. That was it.
I don't know
it's weird because it's like there's if you look at the progression of the Force from A New Hope to Return of the Jedi, like you talking about a dude literally waved his hands to make someone do a mind trip. Then by the third movie, you got a motherfucker shooting lightning out his hands. So how, like, look at the I'm just saying. So I mean, if we're talking about like there's rules to it.
Yeah, and then you go back to Endgame when you had somebody who could have ended the movie 6 movies ago.
Right.
And then they come down and just like end the whole war by themselves.
Right. One thing to Milo, she said the agenda's not true. They actually came out and said that shit. Like there's article on it. So that's the only reason I said it. But Disney literally trying to, they are, and they said they're done with it.
Well, they have enough money.
I swear there's an article out there on it.
Well, but the reality of it is Disney owns everything at this point. So it's like
literally.
So if they could figure out how to get their hands in DC,
game over, man. Game over.
That's a wrap.
They would do it. They would do it.
Batman and Iron Man have a buddy.
They would just
Batman would come watered down person.
It would just be called the movie.
Yeah.
Oh
And it would
man.
be played in every movie.
Yeah,
But like I said, like I said, Endgame, that movie could have been over. Shit.
3-4 movies ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm about to say Endgame. It would have been no Endgame.
It's like now I want to know because I think we deserve it. I need 3 movies from Captain Marvel to show what the hell she was doing while people were getting massive.
Does it feel like they put out Captain Marvel like it was like a last second effort, like, oh shit, we gotta kind of give the purpose of why she's in this movie.
It was.
That's how I felt.
It was.
And the reason she was away was so fucking stupid. I had things to do.
I'm like, why did she just pop up?
You got to remember that's so the people who nitpick every movie will then be like, you can't point to a thing because whenever Captain Marvel 2 comes out, they can't.
I'll pass.
I want to watch that shit because
I haven't seen the original. So
Ryan is like my friend, so he's all
like
in.
Your friend. He's not your friend, okay?
Shit, I'm like your friend.
He's my friend. You're my friend.
I know, right?
Anyway,
you don't like
anyway.
Damn.
Say it to my face.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jared Leto's Joker, and I think the Snyder Cut will give that to him.
Trap Joker. Got it.
Set him up finally about Jared Leto. So
Rob is shotgun topic.
Lesbians on Geraldo.
Well, first, okay, so the Snyder Cut is for Batman versus Superman?
No, for Justice League.
For Justice League. I think that's a cop-out because he felt like people didn't like it. So he was like, hold up. We got a Snyder Cut. He's trying to appease people. Like, if it was a hit.
Well, you know what happened? So this is the whole thing with the Snyder Cut is that it was he was working on the movie. He had issues with his family. I believe his daughter passed away, so he had to come off of it.
Oh yeah.
Then what's due for the Avengers? Joss Whedon came in and finished it, which is why the tone of Justice League is so different from Batman v Superman, which I don't think is a terrible movie, but it's definitely not one that I revisit.
It's right.
But so go ahead.
The thing is, it's the same. We were upset with Justice League because it did get lighter, and DC was trying to be dark. And anytime you start with one, like Superman 2, anytime you start with one director's vision, and another one takes over, it's like things get lost in translation, give or take. Is that the right?
Keep in mind, I think it's more what do you call it? It's more alignment of vision because so for example, Star Wars: A New Hope was directed by George Lucas. Empire was directed by Irvin Kershner. Return of the Jedi was directed by Richard Marquand. So you have 3 different directors, but George Lucas was the through line on all 3. So that's what you need. So I know Zack Snyder came off of the project, and if you look at that trailer, they've done things like with the color grading, and they like who was the main villain of that movie? Not Darkseid, Steppenwolf.
Oh, what?
Steppenwolf. Yeah, Steppenwolf.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
completely redid Steppenwolf. Like it's a completely different model. So
Yeah.
I mean, if
But Joker was supposed to be in that.
he was supposed to be,
Well,
do
they
I think
cut.
that
What, like they said, they cut a lot of Joker stuff out because it was too abusive,
well,
and
you
they would
know,
have gotten in
You're
trouble.
talking about another
Suicide
movie.
Squad. You're talking about Suicide Squad. I don't think Joker would be in Justice League.
He was going to have cameos.
Right.
Mhm.
But I mean, now that they pretty much are like, they're not even going to do anything with that. I doubt they would reintroduce him. And it's supposed to be 4 hours long, though, like the Snyder cut.
Mhm.
Like it's.
I mean,
it's
I'll watch it as long as it keeps me interested. I'll watch it. I've sat for long movies before. Shit, I watched the movie that Rich won't watch for some goddamn reason.
What movie?
Avatar.
Oh,
I ain't
yeah.
watching that shit, man.
Last of the Mohicans with blue people. I'm good.
What?
I'm good.
When are they supposed to be releasing this sequel? Like, this sequel has been being made for the last 5 years.
I hate to say it, that's going to be the biggest letdown. I'm sorry. I have zero. I have zero faith.
Is that a Disney project too? That's a
They
Disney
bought
project.
Fox,
too.
remember?
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, they bought Fox. Okay.
I can't stand little dick energy, man.
God damn.
Damn, the whole Disney got little dick energy.
No, motherfucker. Rob just wrote.
Oh,
I was not looking at the screen.
okay. I'll bring it up in a second if y'all want to go ahead and flip over to what Rob said. It is 5:56. I mean, 56 after.
Oh,
All right, so Rob's topic. I think Trump is
we got
trying
all
to
night.
get
I'm
the
gonna
Big
leave
Ten
tomorrow.
in the mix because he is trying to get Ohio State vote. He
I
is
saw
offering the Big
that.
Ten government funding for testing.
Why is he
Exactly.
offering them that, but barely offering anybody else that?
because of the sports.
Trump.
I mean, I know why, but I mean,
Trump is the most
Against
visible. Rich is
what?
racist against Rich is racist against blue people. But yeah, he's the most transparently evil piece of shit you'll ever see in your life, and I think that's probably why his people love him, because he's transparently evil. And I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I can't make it make sense.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm still not on. Here's the way I see it. To call him evil, I'm not exactly sure. What I will say is that I think he is an opportunistic narcissist. That is plain as day where he is, and anything he can do.
I think he's evil.
I mean, that's fine, but anything that he can do to basically reinforce his base for the sake of just being and making himself look good, he's all for it. I don't think he cares one way or another how all this is going to fall out.
No, I mean, if I'm a person in leadership and I have 600 vehicles show up at a protest for a chick that got shot, for a dude that got shot in the back for 7 times to provoke protesters, I'm gonna say something to the people that went there with my name. Don't do that. He did nothing.
But again, he did nothing because why? It doesn't pull well with his base. That's it.
Right.
But my thing is that does he think in his mind? Does he think that base? What does he think percentage wise? What that base is? Because in grand scheme of things, presidents don't have a huge base. Most people are in the middle. They're either on your side, a shit ton in the middle, and a little bit on the other side.
Yes, it's like he's contributing to.
And right now, his base is honestly not as big as he thinks. People are gonna vote for him, but people are gonna vote for him because they fucking pockets and they just vote Republican anyway, blindly.
What Milo said,
mm-hmm.
and damn, what Rob said.
That's true.
So
that's true.
My thing is about this. It said
very true.
Power corrupts. Absolute power
corrupts. Absolutely.
God
yes.
damn it. You know what I'm saying. Thank you. Spanish and French got in the way. But yeah,
get your life right.
Brian,
you drinking seltzer beer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that's the reason we got Corona, motherfucker.
What? Did you wait? No, stop. Did you blame Corona on seltzer beer just now?
I mean, what other reason do we have?
The person we just talked about.
I mean, yeah.
The mixture of Trump and Corona and seltzer beer is just not mixing well with our immune systems.
Oh.
That's
why y'all motherfuckers need to start drinking hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Anyway,
what Brian said, absolute power corrupts. Absolute
Power corrupts. Absolutely, yes.
That's what he's looking for. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's evil. He's a piece of shit. But as soon as he gets that, again, yes, motherfucker, fuck White Claws and Truly and all that shit. I don't know what that means. But anyway,
I'm so confused. But okay,
I don't think
calm down.
Evil, but if he gets the kind of power that Putin got, it's a fucking wrap for 4 years. For somebody not.
Listen, this man called Kim Jong a friend. Like he literally said, "We fell in love." Those are his words.
But
what kind of friend, if you're gonna say, "Hey, what's the ugly bitch name?"
Sarah Sanders.
Sarah Sanders.
Sanders.
Hey, Fiona. Hey, go hit on Kim Jong. Whatever.
No, what happened was so I posted this story off in our chat earlier.
She looked like Fiona,
like an off topic. They were somewhere, and Kim Jong was there as well, and he kind of winked at Sarah Sanders Huckabee one eye, and Trump gets her and says, "I think he likes you. You need to take one for the team." He literally told Sarah Sanders Huckabee to have sex with Kim Jong-un for the benefit of America.
Man, ain't shit benefiting America.
If that's not a team player, I don't know what is.
Like, what did I say? I said in the chat, I said I was more appalled that Kim Jong-un found her attractive.
Hey man, you know what? Hey, beauty is an eye. Beauty is an eye of the beholder.
Maybe one of his eyes don't work.
To the bone.
I feel
like I have enough money and I know the right crackheads take care of all this. Please, no, you know what? I'll be discussing this. We're not even discussing this, Dre. You didn't say that.
Why?
I'm not gonna let you continue
my interest is piqued.
No. No. We're not being flagged. This is the wrong way to get famous.
Fair enough.
Saying some shit
there is a lot. Man, this
I can't unpack none of that shit.
Yeah, when I read that story, I was like, wait, this. I mean, here's the thing about it, right? You know why? And I think people forget is like we have to remember that none of this stuff sticks to Trump because he has never tried to do the moral high ground ever. So I mean, like the thing with the Access Hollywood hot mic, any of the stupid stuff he said over the last decade, you know, pretty much it all comes down to the fact that he's let you know that he's a POS and revels in it. Oh, and it's
we both looked at it at the same time on Facebook. Like,
he's fine with it.
That's movie theater.
You know, everybody's a hero to somebody, even
right.
I mean, the villain is always a hero to somebody. It's just depending on perspective and where you're standing.
Correct.
To him, to what he feels, he's doing the right thing. Like, I think he honestly thinks he's doing the right thing.
Right.
No, right. You know? That's a sociopath.
To the people that know how history goes, they feel like he's doing the right thing. Like they honestly don't think that he's a horrible person.
11-11.
Make a wish.
No, what Brian said is like 100% right. Because if you go back and look at Pol Pot, Idi Amin, Hitler,
Pol Pot, talking about Cambodia out here, son.
Going down the list, it's like, yo, we thought we were doing the right thing by killing Jews, killing our own people, yada yada.
The guerrilla warfare.
Oh, you fucking up. This is not. And the bad thing is, the Christian party is backing his ass up all the fucking way.
Because they feel like, from the way that they interpret the Bible, through an exegesis or eisegesis, whichever which way you go, they feel like in their heart that that's the way things are supposed to go. They didn't study the entire Bible. They studied the part that they taught them in school.
Hold on a second, Ryan. What?
What?
Mild shock.
But that kind of confirms of why they don't understand all these other things that. But this kind of proves all the other things that we found out that quote unquote white people did or didn't do, like it's not true now. Like they wonder why we don't celebrate certain things, aka Columbus Day.
It's not just that.
Thanksgiving
voting thing.
What about it? What
was it? The women's voting thing that we celebrated a few weeks ago?
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, that was black women couldn't vote.
Still correct. I had a conversation today real quick at work about independence. Somebody brought up the Juneteenth thing. I said one thing you will notice: black people will grill out and do things for 4th of July, but ain't nobody quote unquote celebrating it.
No,
it always was a thing. I never understood it in the back of my mind.
Rob, Jerry Falwell's name to anybody who actually reads anything is mud right now.
Well, I mean, hell, our governor played a part too.
That's not a big group. Right?
And can we also say apparently the Congressional Budget Office released a report that I think within the next year, the U.S. debt is projected to exceed the size of the entire country's economy next year for the first time since 1946. So now keep in mind we have a Republican president and we have a Republican Senate. So it's like, so how is it that this is, and again, I'm not trying to throw the brick and hide the hand, but it's like, but let's face it.
Put that shit right behind your back. Throw that brick.
No, yeah.
Let's face it. It's like, how are you supposed to be fiscally conservative? But then every time you come into office, because remember how it's like the whole argument is about how social programs are going to tear down the fabric of America, and it's like, well, y'all are spending it on what?
What? Yeah, we're not even at war right now.
Right. So
damn, y'all dropping down.
Money going?
Right. Thank you. War is what normally bleeds you.
McDonald's.
War is what normally bleeds you.
We're not at war right now at all. Like, I'm fucking here. I should be somewhere shooting somebody. But
no, so we're happy you're here, you bastard.
So real quick,
it's a trap.
Buy gold. Right, buy gold. So real quick to Rob. Rob, you know why you don't eat pussy in the morning?
Wait, what?
Because it's like trying to pull apart grilled cheese sandwiches. Because he said something about fried nacho cheese.
Sosa went all the way back up to that.
Yeah, because it was on my mind and I forget. And then I say
all the people who were in here that for a regular ass conversation. Yeah. I apologize for what Sosa said. Direct all those angers at sosa@gmail.com.
That probably Sammy Sosa's Gmail.
You motherfucker.
Well, send it to Sammy Sosa. He needs some color in his life.
Anyway,
damn it. But y'all made good points, man.
It's time to fucking.
Yeah, and I think another thing that I think is going on is there's a large group that still. She said, "I like grilled cheese."
You liked grilled cheese.
Oh man, I think people need to be led. Carlin did say that, but people need to be led, and unfortunately, without them clawing on the Trump, they're lost. So I think they're looking at him as like the only leader they have right now, and they want it in Obama. Now, listen, I want to say this because I get sick of people bringing this up every time I try to have a conversation with them about politics.
Why?
Everything Obama did was not amazing. There were some really fucked up things that happened in the Obama administration.
Yeah, of course.
And I will honestly say, I think the Affordable Care Act is one of them.
Okay.
I would say part of it.
It compromised too much with the.
I would say. Let me not say the entire thing, but parts of it were.
I think if things went the way they were supposed to without our intervention, Africa would be completely independent. and they wouldn't need other countries' finances and all China and all that. So yeah, there are some really, really, really fucked up things. But I think as far as the celebrity goes, they wanted a celebrity, and they wanted to latch themselves onto a celebrity like they think we latched onto Obama.
Right.
So there's nothing this man can do to make them unleash themselves from his cloak, because they won't have a leader anymore, and they'll be flailing around like a tadpole in a dry pond. That was country as fuck.
Yes, but hey, you got to paint a picture, man. Diggy did it, and it worked.
Yeah. The other thing, and one of you guys can speak intelligently about it. Somebody on my Facebook, and I don't delete nobody because I want to know who's against me. But somebody on my Facebook post said,
"Agree.
If Democrats are for the everyday man, why do they have all the celebrities at the DNC, but the RNC only had whatever?"
Because RNC, nobody wants to be positioned with them either.
First of all, nobody likes Trump. Even Republicans don't like Trump.
Thank you.
But secondly, the working man, they're about to get their taxes taken. Was it today? Like, when is
It started today. That starts today.
The payroll tax.
Y'all motherfuckers about to get financially raped.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get to that. Hold on, we want to talk about that. But this is how toxic people who pay attention and the people who actually know shit think Trump is. Okay, you have a business, and where are the protests and the riots going on at right now? Where is it?
Kenosha, Portland.
Okay,
Chicago.
So let's say I think it was Portland. So this man has a business. It gets burned to the ground. He loses everything. Sadly. Trump comes and does a speech.
Oh, I think
wants to take a picture with you in your rubble. You have nothing, and you still won't take a picture with this man.
The guy from Kenosha. You talking about the guy from Kenosha?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You still won't take, because you know in your heart, even though I lost everything, this guy is worse. That should say everything you need to know about what you're doing and your decision you made.
Yeah.
Now this tax thing is going to break everybody. I know you brought the tax thing up, and I don't know if anybody knows about this, but what's happening is we have they're calling it a is it a holiday? Yeah, they call it a tax holiday.
I can't speak until nobody.
Payroll taxes are being held until sometime next year. They're calling it a tax holiday.
Oh no.
Yeah. Now, what people don't understand, they think that they're getting free money.
No, they're not.
This is not free money. They're just pushing it back. Tax time next year, you're going to have to pay all the tax roll money that you didn't pay this year back. And some of next year. Yeah, so you have to pay that back.
You better claim your cats, your dog.
It's up to Congress to vote it as forgiveness, but I doubt they're going to do it, because if they vote it as forgiveness, Social Security is wiped out, because we're pausing the money that we pay into Social Security.
Man,
it's scary, and it looks like we're good right now, but in 2016 the polls looked like Hillary was gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
And nope, bitch, go sit out. So
that was a mistake.
Say what?
That was a mistake on liberals' part trying to force her in that position.
But I agree. But at the same time, Trump is doing what he feels he needs to do, and I'm honestly worried. I'm like, another 4 years of this motherfucker. Shit, I'm gonna get deported.
Mm-hmm. So we're all getting deported. This podcast is going to be in 4 different countries. I'm gonna be in the Congo. I don't know where Izzo from. I'm
from the island.
Wait.
I'm from the island.
You know,
what island? I don't know.
You know, Izzo part of his DNA, fucking and me party. So you know where he from.
What What did you
that
say?
fucking DNA test that you took, you're like, I'm 100% this.
Oh, I'm about black as hell. It's like Molly is the most. Isn't that where that's where Mansa Musa is from? So maybe I'm rich way down the line.
You know, our SS on some hustle. No.
Simple answer, no. No.
Hell, you know we ain't. Listen, I remember being 8 years old, walking into any liquor store in Chicago and somebody buying liquor on their food stamps. There ain't no fucking way they're gonna let that shit ride.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're poor. We don't fucking care.
Yeah. What was it that Trump? Oh, okay. So yeah, his promise was if he's reelected, he's going to stop the riots and bring back the economy and all this other
What's
shit.
going on right
like,
now?
But you're
the president now.
But
You're right.
Thank you.
This is Biden's America. When did he win the election?
Dude, it's like they're pulling mind fucks, and I'm like, I've even paused and went, wait, aren't you president? I had to ask the question out loud.
And it's like you hear about the rallies, and when he says shit like that, you hear, is that the laugh track, not the applause track? Or is that people actually cheering for him?
No, there are people actually cheering because
there's no fucking way
they need to feel good about something. They need to feel like they're on the right side of history.
That is so true, Brian.
You know what,
they
man?
want to feel good about something. They feel like connected to a leader. All that stuff is really real shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was way off on what Milo said. But whatever.
About time Amazon sent my stuff. That's why my watch went off.
You're done. Because they don't take your Social Security too.
Yeah.
But anyway, anybody got a shotgun topic for us? It's hour 16 now.
Oh, I did watch the Brandy Monica battle. It was pretty good.
Was it?
Monica fine? Jesus Christ. I
forgot.
I forgot.
Monica's hood fine. I love that.
That's fine. I grew up in the suburbs. You know we like hood.
Neck snapping. Where you been? Let me see your phone.
She did that.
Chicky said the same thing.
What?
Chicky said Monica went this path where just hood dudes like her.
Mm-hmm.
She said the same shit you just said.
What? I'm not a hood dude though. I mean, I'm country.
She said, "What? She's hood."
Same shit. Like she went to like the hood where, like Rihanna. Let's say Rihanna is internationally loved, but Monica was like, you know what? It's just gonna be hood dudes that like her.
Yeah,
I ain't.
Like Monica and Brandy attract two different dudes. I don't know who Brandy attracts, but it's not the same kind of dudes that Monica would.
No, Brandy attracted Kobe.
I forgot Brandy used to be with Quentin Richardson. I forgot about that.
Oh man, I forgot about that too.
I mean, I googled it.
Brandy was the team captain.
Yeah, she was mainstream.
Yeah, and Monica was the hood nigga.
Right.
But I ain't gonna front. I was like Monica.
That's
Monica had wearing waterfalls and shit in the head.
I didn't know until I saw ATL. I didn't know she was that thick though.
You didn't know she was what?
Until I watched ATL when she was the waitress in Waffle House. I didn't know.
Oh, I forgot about that. Damn. I was like, "What are you talking about?" So I forgot about that.
I was always a Monica over Brandy. Like I like Brandy. She was, she was cute. But if I had to pick, I would have. Brandy. I mean Monica.
Do y'all know? And they were talking about this on her first album. A couple of the songs she started recording as soon as she won this contest and started working out with Dallas Austin. She was 12 on some of those songs, singing like a grown ass woman. I went and listened to it. Monica. I went and listened to it. I was like, she sounds young, but like it don't make no sense. It just proves like right now, a lot of people ain't touching these artists. Dog. Ain't too many people sitting down for 2 hours. Talk about their story and this stuff, and like that music was banging. Oh man, 10 years later, that's banging.
Listen, okay, so here's okay.
Right, you got to get out. Ain't nothing trash about them grown ass.
Like nobody, like he is against everybody. He reminds me of Sosa and hip hop. Like don't like nobody.
I bet you he like Capadonna and UGK or that's it or some shit like that.
Is there any more hip hop than that?
Like that's it. Pure unadulterated bars and beats.
Fuck that, man. Hey, rip bars. To Pimp C, man.
I love Pimp C. Oh my god, when he jump on the track, you like don't make no sense. Like that's ratchet as shit, but I love it.
I don't care what you're doing. You be driving from church. If 3 6 song come on, you in the car. Ooh. I don't give a damn what you're doing. But anyway, go ahead.
It's just what it is.
Don't insult me. Whoa, you don't like jumping down at UGK? That ain't insult.
Wow.
You don't like nobody.
Praise.
Damn.
But anyway, that's we good? Anybody got anything else?
That was a good moment in Black history for 2020.
Well, I mean, speaking of Black history, what about Adele and the Bantu Knots?
I forgot about that.
It's like you ever watch? Have you ever watched somebody and it's like you're like, hey, this is when you take it too far. It's like, hey, I need you just to go to 10. She took that to 20. Just
you said that you outkicked the coverage. That's what we call that,
bruh. It's
Adele
like
looks like she accidentally became kind of cute and don't know what the fuck to do with it.
She doesn't.
Like I don't.
You're doing too much.
It's lame. Yeah. I don't find her attractive at all. She looks like
me either.
Not pink. Yeah, is it pink?
Pink. I'm not attracted to pink at all. Yeah,
like somebody.
Chill out, man. You drinking too much.
No. I mean, she looks like somebody's younger, ugly sister. I think it's pink.
Whoa, damn.
So you didn't let me finish my sentence.
Brian's stupid.
And it's not
just
it's the other chick that became famous around the same time Pink did, and I can't remember her name. But anyway, Katy Perry. That's who it is. She's like Katy Perry's younger, ugly sister.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Do y'all think? Because you know what where she was at, right? She was at like the where she was. It was like a Jamaican festival, and people are saying it was like cultural appropriation. So so it was. The thing is, when I saw it, right, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
That's funny as hell.
Let's put it in a perspective.
Ooh.
Yeah, too many syllables. I'm drunk right now.
Yeah, we gotta go. We don't have too many drinks. Go ahead.
Real quick. Adele got black peen.
Hey man,
what?
And she got let
him listen through. Let him finish.
I'm working my way around.
Yeah, let him finish.
Go ahead.
Lost weight and got cultural appreciation.
Oh, she got cultural appropriated and achieved cultural appreciation.
I don't know. Whatever I'm saying. So
no, I'm following.
I got you. Spit that.
I feel like, and I don't know her personally, obviously, but it feels like that might be a little more appropriate than one of the Kardashian hoes saying these are Bantu knots, but Cosmopolitan saying it's the new twist and forgetting that those are actually Bantu. This is like 5 years ago.
And they would go get a photo shoot for it too.
You know what? I think I know. Okay, I think I know what you're saying.
Right. So
I 100% agree with him.
That's cultural vulturism, because not 10 years ago before that.
So you can't say no to black people. But go ahead.
Okay. 10 years ago, 10 years before, and it was Bjork too. Bjork, who the fuck is Bjork? But that bitch had Bantu knots too.
Don't talk about Bjork. I am
10 years ago.
I bet you knew that, Brian. Isn't she Icelandic?
Yeah. On Matrix 2, Jada had Bantu knots, and them shits was tight. You know what I'm saying? But nobody remembered that.
Jada
but they
makes my tummy tickle.
What?
You're not allowed to talk anymore again.
All right. So yeah, I mean, so I'm 100% with you, because I don't think, because in the context of where she was at, she was trying to quote unquote celebrate. The thing is that I think it's one of those moments where like, ooh, baby, let's think about that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I think was happening? She was trying to have what's the chick from that had the poster all those years ago that had the braids in her hair? Bo Derek.
Yeah.
Oh,
good point. Derek moment, because Bo Derek went to an island and they braided her hair, and somebody took a picture of her running on the beach, and all of a sudden that's the most amazing picture in the world.
Now,
And we all probably got pictures of our moms and aunts and stuff with braided hair in the 70s.
To her credit,
Right.
Black women in the workplace would walk up to her and say, I appreciate you doing that because now I can wear my hair like that to work and not get fucked with. And that was in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Bo Derek is the fucking whatever. No, bitch, you still white. You shut the fuck up.
Like that, but shit.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
No,
I felt offended.
it's just because would you, in 1970s, who was
I agree with Milo. Totally
That
agree.
is true. That does not happen, and people
are allowed to explore other cultures. We are, but when you
eat their
say
food all the time.
these are Bantu knots, and Cosmopolitan says these are
Like a new twist.
Yeah. So so tell me if this is what you're saying. Tell me if this is what you're not saying. So it's okay that Adele did it and didn't try to reinvent it. The problem is when a Kardashian does it and they call it a fashion statement and they rename it and try to bring it into something more European.
That is the definition of appropriation.
Thank you, because I'm drunk.
Because you know how like you ever seen that meme where someone was like, I created this, then he handed it to them, and then it's like, I made this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's pretty much what appropriation is. And I don't it's more of the fact that it just looks like when you see it, when you saw the picture, you're like, well, that's awkward. More than
it looked awkward as fuck. Like I didn't know who it was until somebody told me it was Adele.
Right. It was more that it looked awkward than anything else.
These are the same sex robots that put their face next to Tupac and Biggie. Bitch, you never met that motherfucker.
Yeah. I thought I heard sex robots.
I don't know if y'all heard what
I saw sex robots.
I must have a delay.
No, you're good. Can you hear me now?
We heard you loud and clear, sir.
It's not a delay. It's the alcohol. What are you drinking tonight, So what is your podcast sponsored by tonight? I'll show you mine.
Southern Comfort.
No, what? No.
It's always Southern Comfort.
Johnny Walker Black.
My podcast tonight.
You said that like there's something else over there.
My Bullet Bourbon. Get your Bullet Bourbon at any liquor store in Columbia.
Mine was sponsored by Bold Ginger Ale a second ago.
Ginger Ale? You sound like Marcus right now.
I got
okay. I gotta be the extra early, like some of y'all.
You want to pay tribute, but to Christopher Columbus, a hairdo is weird. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to listen to our podcast, we are on Google Play. Is it still Google Play Music, or did they change it already?
Well, I mean, they're in the process of changing it.
It might be podcast.
It might be YouTube Music.
No, it's Google Podcasts now. They pretty much have already like moved it all over at this point.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So yeah, and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud, and of course
Stitcher as well.
Stitcher as well. Yeah, Stitcher.
Yeah, I forgot I said it. I put it in the link, but I mean I put it up like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I'm just gonna get a Twitch and do that too.
You gonna play video games for money?
No, I thought you did that like on a podcast.
Can you do podcasts on Stitcher?
I don't know.
Stitch. We talking about Twitch. Yeah, you can. Arian Foster just did his through there. Huh?
People pay you on Twitch. Anyway, we can talk about this after. Anyway, yeah, hit us up on there, and of course our video is on YouTube. What?
They pay you on OnlyFans too.
Good night, everybody.
And you can stream on OnlyFans, evidently.
Hey, I appreciate everybody allowing us to keep you company, and for those who stayed in here, I apologize for everything Sosa said. If you want to request that we'll talk about Mulan next week. I promise, Dre. You got to
set our rates for $5.99.
You got to come back and bring up Mulan so we can hit on that, because we do got some things to say about Mulan as well.
Hey,
Brian's going to show y'all a little shoulder.
Isn't Mulan like Henry?
We still on the OnlyFans thing? Hey, don't look at me like that, cousin. I ain't on OnlyFans.
Somebody got eyeballs.
Looking at me. Anyway, y'all, we'll see y'all next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. This was fun tonight. Appreciate everybody that participated, allowing us to keep you company. We'll see you next week. Peace. Now